Hey buddy, go lay down. Voice into volition. Let's attempt to solve a murder. Let's check our notes. Go tell this guy we unlocked that door. What? Let's go see. Let's go see. I need to know how to get over there. I don't know how. Hoping at one point they'll or something. Mind having this guy as a partner, but they do beat Dick right quite a bit. Just always right on your fucking shoulder. Look at him. Dick right, bro. Come on. Kill him, bro. Kill him.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best
pals.
for Martin 8. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfect. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us.
William.
Another violent measure of the top hat. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yesut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hard. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not... We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood. Making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Logic.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have...
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed up...
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Help.
Yes, yes. Do you think these
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you. Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right? Of course, Harry. Stoic silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are. How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Always working to advance. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
That's all we can ask for, you know what I mean?
You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force to...
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry.
When you meet this Titus, tell him about it.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information.
This guy keeps trying
Was
to
there
give me
anything
money.
else? Was it a good talk? I'm not sure.
Suspicious.
I don't know what happened. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to.
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Yeah, that's true. I am more left than you, sir.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the... On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
What?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was a very...
But, he thinks,
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, they are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be where... You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix... Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil. Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
You?
Anyway, I
That's
assure
your
you,
boy. What?
I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance. Most certainly, Harry. By all means, Harry. What's on your mind? See you soon.
I don't like this man. Canal lock opens on Wednesday. I don't know what fucking day it is. It just says day 1. Do I assume day 1 is a fucking Monday? I don't know any of these. Upgrade system is very confusing. At some point I need to find a bag because I'm poor. I need a bag to collect bottles so I can turn them in for nipples. It does not seem like the vibe. Fuck my death.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Provoke this guy a little bit.
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches Just can't get their act together. This beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we...
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obvious. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
I'll take that.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal file.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident. Though this rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Yeah, it must be. Your job's to know all these little things, isn't it? Well, my job...
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial, stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable, he called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
It's baller.
– the man certainly knew how to live.
Quite baller.
–
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. Philip III's ludicrous bronze likeness looks defiantly up.
Certainly need to know who these other truck drivers are. New man of the law. It's bedtime. Go to bed. 2. This is fucking time. Almost. It's a long fucking day. Should let me smack this kid with a hammer.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're two. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Let's go.
What is this then? A tool shed?
Excuse me, detective coming through. No, nobody asked you to do that. Oh.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
No.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the
Killer pig's head. Is that a threat? Out of my way, Harry. Sense, hell yeah. Certainly.
does Kuno care? Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno.
The boy knows he has an addictive personality. Admirable in...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his...
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You...
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may
I'm
still
not
be a
killing
way
this
out.
witch.
Just
Fucking
appeal
give her the
to
hammer.
his reason.
Yeah, hit him. Hell yeah.
Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
Do it again.
What?
Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct.
For heaven's sake, he thinks. This has gone too far.
Okay, pig. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about...
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want? The fuck about it? Your test...
Get lost!
he's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno... You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will...
You okay, Kuno?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit. Get the fuck out of here.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to...
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself?
Fuck your shit back to normal.
Well played. No one saw that coming.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Kuno's kind of badass.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
You feel tired and...
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah.
You were lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop it.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter. Don't ask questions. Roll with it. It will, that's right, turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small time. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you. Dunno. Keep that gardener used to work there. Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening? Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after them?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal.
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah,
Whoa, with
get
the
your
slurs.
bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno. Yeah, like a fucking...
You were lucky you didn't die there.
Oh, what? You'll fucking vomit on Kuno too, pig? Yeah?
You were lucky you...
Yeah. What are you? Like...
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and... That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths.
Yeah?
You were lucky...
Yeah. What are you? Like 8...
Perhaps you could compress this... Always the cynic. Then I have a suggestion. Just don't vomit anymore.
Kuno...
Let's see if badass windbreaker helps at all.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that
Christ.
corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Let's go.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over.
Yes.
It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eye, the man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man, delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the world. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part of...
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Oof.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more arm. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information.
The Sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils as you push down.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why.
Officer, if I may ask, what
The
were you
slaughter,
trying
sir.
to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch. Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding.
Did you hear that? A click? This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials. Like if trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. Looks like he worked for a private contractor, like Evrard told us. Wealthy, with state ties. This is way above what we have.
The cadaver slowly. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the vermilion in yellow letters along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion.
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. This makes getting him down much more problematic than a noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the brief.
Could be. The shape.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, his corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol, and your fist clenches suddenly. Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now,
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough. I agree.
he takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed.
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass.
In case we need it. Yes, It is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wants here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. Protruding dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode.
I'm gone. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. Go ahead, copper. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination.
Imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
Every time I think I'm starting to act normal, the necktie yells at me.
He loves those. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more? Here you go, you loony. Because you have. Come back later, cop.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well...
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their lead.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno.
That's racist,
Fucked
sir.
him up brutal like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have...
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
That's gross.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the...
Of course. You have questions, don't you? Do I remind you of someone? There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just...
Feeling nausea? Vomiting?
Come back later, cop.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in...
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it. climb up there and... So there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. Someone else? You mean like the police? Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in... I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appear to be suspect.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Yes, we do.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might...
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some...
They'll miss! The pig's...
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea. Silence, with his elbow sharp, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke.
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes, mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word. Just looks at...
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with... I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Yeah,
Go
give me
ahead.
that gun.
I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
That's fucked up.
They only have one...
This is the sorriest pair of pigs.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poiker! Take it and shoot...
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the gun.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely too... The slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature...
Don't.
Do it!
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Oh.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from... You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in...
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a mulko!
I agree. Police work is overrated. It is trying and stressful. However, it is still our job.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's...
Pigs don't have hands, they're...
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
The lieutenant does not dignify that with a...
We still need to get him down, somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have... Hooray for us.
I should have shot that kid.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use chain." The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have Sure, nothing tricky about that.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't...
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally.
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
unpromising race pupil returns. So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
A shrill laughter interrupts you. Echoing across mud, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my...
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular...
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at Godman.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions? Oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of...
Look, as detective. I come from a long line. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just...
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal.
My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges. Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage. Trusting street thugs with...
No, he's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening.
Can't have it. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. I bet. Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Yep.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and... Like what? I was rarely enjoying... Another thing. Great. Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely in. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Third officer, what's the number? And got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Was there anything else? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. What? What is it? He's still on the line? He wants to verify his information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian.
Tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir? Over. 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. What? What is it? He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to...
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics. Understood, sir. Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the... What does he want now? He's asking for money. Is he fucking... I don't think he... Don't give that asshole anything. Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Fuck.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we've solved.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need.
About to go to sleep.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still, nothing the lieutenant gives you. He doesn't like where this is going.
Care what he likes. I don't have a bed. Oh shit. Wrap this up. Jump back into it tomorrow.